Hello, everybody. This is Valet Games. I decided to go with Kingdoms of Amalur ReReckoning as my, this is kind of my first video with some guidance I'm planning on making from the analytics. It appears most of my audience is teenage boys. I should have, known better. So that's who I'm gonna start talking to. Teenage boys, I guess. Not that any of my content has been specifically tailored to any specific person, but I've mostly just been talking about my problems as a mid 25-year-old trying to you know, figure out what I'm doing with my adult life. It's not exactly the most relatable if you're a teenage boy. We have a lot here. I think I'm just gonna keep going with the main one and do Into the Light. How do I... There. That's how I run. I don't even remember what I was saying just then. Yeah, not exactly the most relatable content. At least, if I remember being a teenager correctly. Most of the stuff I was worried about was, well, I had an unconventional childhood, let's call it. I was worried about a lot of stuff, but the main thing was I was very, very romantic, very love-struck. I was very worried about the about whether or not I'd find a soulmate. Watched a lot of rom-coms. How do we get over there? Guess I'll just keep going this way and hope I'm going the right way. But yeah, I was not even your, stereotypical teenage boy, I feel like. I was very much more so worried with romance and dating. And getting married than I was hooking up or going to parties or any of that stuff. I was a weird, quiet kid. Kind of reserved. Not outgoing weirdo. Now you have outgoing weirdos is what this generation has come up with. We were or at least I was very much more so just like weird because I was preoccupied with adult things when I was a 14-year-old, and adults are like, huh, that's weird, you know?
Step right up and allow yourself the pleasure of my company. I am the great Oleander
well, if you knew my home life, it wouldn't be that weird.
Today only I am offering the people of Yelven a special... What am I offering? Last, the potion's wearing off. A potion. His potion, I mean. Oleander Sinclair. See, I'm not really him. He being a dead guy I found in a mine nearby. Landed on, really, but he was already dead. Maybe I took his coin and drank one of his potions. That's when things got strange. I could make potions, tonics, cordials, restoratives. Turns out I really like alchemy, but the potion's effects are fading. Will you help me make another?
Let's just say I was more dealing with
I don't recall the potion's name. No surprise, I can't even remember my own name. That's the price you pay for being for being a
erroneous.
liar. Those war-sworn curs likely have one in their keep. Not sure. They won't let me in, on account of my being a liar. You could make the potion using the proper reagents, but that would require work. We've got to hurry, though, because I'm getting dumber by the moment.
I I was more so working and worried about, you know, being grounded for the next 6 months. That was kind of my teenage years, more so than
Scour the keep and you'll find something useful. You wouldn't believe what those
doing any
war-sworn
sports
are
or
hoarding in there.
extracurriculars or stuff like that. It wasn't that I needed the money, it was my parents. Um, it wasn't really, it was kind of like a soft rule. Like, we all had jobs in high school, but it wasn't like you constantly had to have a job. Like, I switched jobs about 3 or 4 times. You know, it wasn't like I was worrying about paying the house bills. It was just an expectation.
Please hurry.
So, more so, I had strict authoritative, God damn it, authoritative parents. So I was dealing with like, how do I get my phone back? You know, I've been grounded for 2 years. How do I get allowed to go on a date again? Oh, I guess I just have to sneak out and do it, and then I'm in even more trouble. Those were my teenage problems. That was a lot of the stuff I was dealing with. Um, I don't even necessarily know if that's relatable or if I just had an unconventional childhood. I'm sure once or twice everyone goes through that. I don't know about all of high school though. I shit you not, I was grounded pretty much all of high school. And a lot of the times there are situations where it was just like, you're grounded. No, like, give me your phone for a week. And so that would like compound and escalate and make things worse. So those were my worries. How do I get someone to fall in love with me? And how do I deal with this? Schoolwork wasn't really a big concern. I don't think it's ever really a big concern. Even in day-to-day life, like, you get all the teachers on TikTok being like, kids just don't care anymore. Yeah, because have you experienced the world? There's more shit to be worried about. Like, I think it's unfair to just go, these kids don't care about schoolwork. They're impossible. I had a lot more shit going on at home than just the homework I had to turn in that day. And it was always more important than the homework. Why does it always have to be spiders? Ugh. There we go. But yeah, like no shit. They don't care about the schoolwork anymore. Like no shit, they have more pressing shit going on than you lecturing at them in the classroom about state mandated stuff you don't even care
I
about.
was told of ancient days when wise priestess Bayana Tirin to goddess Lyria spoke. The people, remembering all after war, called for Durek's fate. Slay them, the foul and wretched tribe, said Doppelfar. Spare them, the poor and miserable beasts.
I say, isn't there anything we can do about all this uncivilization in these lands? We have magic and weapons. Should be easy work. But you could fit the bill. I'm part of an expedition to the teeth of Naros, and we need another to come with us on the journey. It's as I said, we're going to the unexplored land
Oh
south of
yeah, this is
Galantar.
DLC
They're
stuff, I'm
said
pretty
to
sure.
house unimaginable wealth. Our coffers will thank us when we get there. If you need more information, find our camp near Ettenmere and speak to our leader, Helic.
Yeah. I don't know. Not that, I do get where they're coming from. Because I had a mentality of why should I care in school, right? And that is frustrating to deal with. Like, how do you get through to someone who has that mentality? But, like, I had more pressing shit going on in my day to day life. And I'm sure lots of kids do. Like, the economy's just gotten worse since I was in high school. It hasn't gotten better. Taxes are more, groceries are more, jobs pay less. We put more and more, strain and responsibility on our youth as a society, at least from my own personal experience. Um, nah, I'm gonna pass on that. School, the public education system is already one of those things that, like, doesn't work. We've admitted it doesn't work. Like, we've built it. It was made in, like, the 1940s for wartime, factory worker, just pump people out in mass. That doesn't mean the whole thing's bad. That just means there's problems with it. But I don't know. That's getting into the territory where, like, again, no one really wants to have. It's just this thing is bad or it's good. It can't have problems. No, there's still problems. You still have to put work into it. That doesn't mean it's all bad, and that doesn't mean it's all good either. Oof. You know, like if I make a sandwich with cheddar cheese and pepper jack cheese, and then I look and see the cheddar cheese has mold on it, I can just throw out the cheddar cheese and still eat the sandwich. The entire sandwich isn't bad, just the cheese is bad. By the way, if you notice the skybox, it's just the Switch 2. It's just a Switch 2 thing, I'm pretty sure. I don't think they're. I might be surprised. I don't know. But I personally don't think we're going to be getting a fix for that. Um, just because I don't think the company, whoever made it, is still around to even fix it in the first place. And if they are, or whoever bought it, you know, THQ Nordic, I don't think they care. So I think that's just one of those things that's going to be busted on the Switch too. This one I can do. Easy peasy. Okay, and with that, here's our guy.
It's good you're here. I was beginning to think you were just something I saw in the bottle. Welcome to the ruins of Delok. We'll see soon enough. Deep below us is the theater of fate,
Why is he
where
taller
the
than me?
immortals taught man, Alpha, and Gnome to read the destiny of the world. Come with me. Maybe I am crazy, but not about this. It's the ruins of the theater of fate. This is where the first Fate Weavers learned how to read the weave. They left their wisdom behind in the Destiny Stone. I'm hoping that the stone will tell me who you are. In we keep quiet. We aren't safe here.
We've been over this guy. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, and with that, I think this is where we will wrap up this video. So, you guys know the drill as we come to an end here. This has been Valet Games. Thank you for tuning in. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Any way you interact with the video helps me out. And yeah, hopefully this goes over a bit better with the audience who's viewing these. But excited to see. We'll spend some time on this one with our video editing stuff, and yeah, should be good. So I'm excited. Catch you guys next time.